Hello everybody, what's going on? Today I felt like going back to one of the first racing games that came out on the PS4. As you haven't figured it out from the image already, it's Drive Club. Drive Club had some really cool potential when we saw all the trailers and stuff coming out. But when the release was, I bought the game like day one, and well, I was kind of let down by all the promises. They really cut a lot of corners, and well, the driving wasn't what I expected. But anyways, let's get into the review. First thing I noticed. This game has had so many updates, patches, whatever, and the camera is shit as fuck. Why is this banner pole on the track? Why is it? It's just cannot really. Or can I? No, can't use the controller to change the view. Look, it's just... Anyways, I'm playing this with the wheel and shifter, handbrake, clutch. It all works. What is... Yes. The game is very... I don't know, it feels a bit numb, if that makes any sense. I mean, it steers, it has decent force feedback. I've driven this track so many times already. In the past. It's one of the better tracks for drifting because it's just simple, going around and around small laps. But yeah, at a certain point they came with DLC with bikes and stuff. I was never really interested in bikes, mainly cars. Although the new TT Isle of Man game looks really cool, but who knows. And after they did a couple updates, they added some cars. I even bought some DLC to have a Type R Honda Civic and a Skyline R34 and cars like that, like a Japanese car pack. And since this was the only driving game out at the time, I was like, well, I'll just get it then. Oh. Stupid reset to track stuff. Also, when you go out of the track, you will lose your points. Like impact minus 100, completely off track minus 250. Weird system. I don't really care for the point system, but so they were doing a lot of updates, and then they came with well, let's start at the beginning with the presentation of the game and the trailers and everything. You've seen the driver getting into the car, starting it up, fasten his seatbelts, that whole experience around driving. That's what they were saying. And then the game came out and you were like, yeah, oh, I want to see this car. And then you see little cutscene bits of like reaching for the door handle, and then you're already sitting in the car, and then the door is closed and you're ready to race, basically. So they didn't really live up to the promise that they made in the beginning. Oh, and don't mind my drifting, because I haven't played this game in, I think, maybe over a year even. Oh, that was pretty decent. don't counter steer too much is kind of the key, I think. Or too little. And then after a certain while they came out with the VR update, and I was like, well, there's no other VR racing games coming out, so I might give this game a chance. And then it was not a simple update, it was a whole new game in VR. Same game, but then in VR. But I need to repurchase the same game again, and I wasn't too hyped on it, but I wanted to drive with my wheel in VR. And it was kind of the only option, so I was like, well, maybe, and I was looking into it. And even turns out that all the DLC I've bought in this version, I need to repurchase again. So if I wanted to drive the cars that I love to drive in this version, then I needed to buy the DLC twice. And at that point I was like, okay, Drive Club, sorry, but fuck it, not gonna start on that. If the game was really good, like a GT or a Assetto, or then I might consider it, because I'm such a big fan of the series. But this, no way. And I don't think that it really sold that well. I don't know how many people are really a fan of this game. Let me know if you're think that Drive Club is a really cool game. I mean, it's not bad, but there's so many other good races out there. For the time that it came out, it was the best racing game out there, because there wasn't any other racing games on PS4 at the time. But now I think it still looks good. Graphics are not that bad. It's a little bit arcadey, of course, but yeah, can still have a lot of fun with this. Oh. So that was me trying to drift in longer than a year. I'm surprised though that the shifter and the clutch and everything is just working. Don't have to change any settings, just plugged it in and go. Only need to configure my buttons for the e-brake that I've built, because that wasn't set up, but it's just button configuration. Anyways, let's check out a different track and a different car. Probably gonna suck. Oh man, this is fast! Oh! Okay, so it started me, I was on the brakes, and I didn't even have the... how to stop it? Or skills. One out of the two. Whoa! And sometimes these cars, I don't have a real connection with them, but they're fun to drive because they're a bit of a handful. Drifting nature is coming into play. Oh, too late. Of course. Turbos were kicking in. Oh man, the braking is so terrible. Still, graphic-wise, this game is pretty decent. Oh, here we go, same corner again. Nope. At the fastest time? I'm gonna lose it somewhere. Gotta be. He is. Come on. Fucking turbo lag. What kind of target time is that? That's not the fastest time, right? target beat. It's just a random target. There's no online time from someone. Yeah, here, see, there's another one above. Of course. That would have been pathetic if that was the time and I came back after over a year to this game and then just beat it. What was I thinking? I'm not that good. Okay, for the last and final one, I decided to go Japan style and take the 370Z out on a Japan track in a race. So let's see how that works out. So here we go. I haven't played this game in a long time. I don't know how the AI is like, and okay, they just don't care apparently. In that case, I don't care. Don't even know the difficulty of them. Come on! Don't cut me off, sir. Just rev banging third gear. Come on. Get out of your way. Get out of my way with that car. Whew. They're aggressive. On the straights he thinks he's tough. Let's wait till we get to some corners. Oh! Around the outside. Take the inside. I'll just cut him off. Ah! Ooh, I can look to the sides. Come on. Oh. Oh. Keep it. Over the parking lots. I don't even know this track anymore. It's just... Oh. Can't overtake, just hit me. It's like driving online, man. Decent, clean online drivers though, because they brake. Oh, and I don't. What a noob. This thing does not have the power to really slide it out. Second gear, handbrake, clutch kick. Drag the wall. Position third. Oh, so he's in first place. So I might win this. Potentially. If I don't do this. Come on! Why is it so sluggish in second gear? Oh man. Now I just want to win. Come on! This thing, man. Oh. Up to a certain point it works, this game, but I feel like it's what? You're just using the sidewalk with your supercar? Oh, nice cobblestones. Not slidey at all. That's why he was on the sidewalk. But yeah, the cars react decent when you're on at speed, but as soon as you're on speed, but as soon as you drop the speed down, it's just, I don't know, they feel weird. And there's a weird sense of oversteer.